nothing alike. We's different. You ain't the hustling type. We's different. With Kane.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. All right, TLC, the final pay-per-view of 2020 was last night. And I'm going to flat out say it right now. One of the best WWE pay-per-views of 2020. I will say that. I will. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a discussion about it. All right, so the first match to kick off this show was the WWE Championship on the line in a TLC match as Drew McIntyre takes on AJ Styles. Now, fun fact. This is the first pay-per-view of the year that Drew McIntyre is opening. Now, mind you, he was either the main event or high on the card, but he never opened the pay-per-view. I just thought that'd be some interesting information. I don't know. It is what it is. This is also Drew McIntyre's first TLC match, so we should see how he fares in it. Overall, a very, very good match. Very, very good match. You know, it's AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre. It was going to be a good match either way, regardless of the stipulation or not. It was going to be a good match either way. But when I tell you these two were going all over the place, first off, I believe AJ attacked Drew's knee on Raw because he was favoring it in the beginning. So he's favoring it. And then AJ made it worse when he swung a chair to his knee. So that was one of the advantages that AJ needed in order to at least have some type of, for it to go how it wanted to go in the match. So he hit Drew in the knee, and he was favoring that all the time. Made it worse when he hit a calf crusher with Drew's knee between the ladder. Yeah, that has to hurt. And Drew had his own offense, belly to belly on the ladder, press slam through a table. They were doing everything they can. It was crazy. It was what you expected from these two in this type of match. Now, let's get into the big thing of this match. So AJ Styles said on TLC, he actually predicted this too. He had predicted it on Raw. He said, but what if it isn't just you and me in the TLC match? And that prediction came to fruition. As the Miz, out of nowhere, as Drew McIntyre was climbing up to get the championship, the Miz stops him, grabs him by the leg, and then power bombs him through the table. Now John Morrison's in the back with the Money in the Bank. He's telling the ref to cash it in. Let's go. Briefcase is cashed in. We now have a triple threat. The Miz is involved. Right? Interesting dynamic. And here we go. I'm gonna get to the Money in the Bank in a minute, but let me get through this. So the Miz is now climbing the ladder. He's climbing the ladder. He's about to get the title. And here comes Omos. You see this man slowly creeping up. Gets in the ring. He does this with so smoothly. He just grabbed his leg, brought him down, carried him like a child, and then with a smooth transition, puts him through the table, right? And then he just looks at him. Now, this is a first, right? So John Morrison swings a chair at Omos, right? Now, Omos a big dude. So when you hit him, I'm pretty sure it's not going to feel it. So he hits him. Boom. Mind you, as he hit him, The seat of the chair came out. Morrison hit him so hard and almost did not feel it that he swung and the chair broke. The chair broke. The seat of the chair came out. The Big Show has never had that done to him before. Kane, The Undertaker, multiple big men have never had that before. Almost just made history that night. Where somebody swung a chair and it broke. I'm just moving on from that. So Almas turns around slowly, doesn't feel a thing, doesn't feel nothing, just nonchalance the whole thing. Looks at Morrison. Morrison drops the chair. He's running. And then from there, Almas is chasing him down. So boom. Not only is the Miz not a factor, but Almas is not a factor either. So with that being said, Drew McIntyre is up. And now AJ gets up. They're both climbing the ladder. So then the Miz gets his own ladder. And then he climbs. Yeah, the Miz gets his own ladder. And he's climbing that ladder to stop those two. And as all three are up top trying to get the title, excuse me, he's trying to get the title. Drew's fighting him off. He's hitting him. Boom, boom. He knocks down Styles. Then boom, boom. He's knocking down Miz. He's fighting off everybody. And then Drew's about to go, reaches for it again. Out of nowhere, AJ Styles springboards onto the ladder, stops him. Boom, boom. And then now AJ knocks off Drew. Boom. Now, mind you, Miz is on the other ladder. So now they on the same ladder. Now they're fighting each other. Now AJ and Miz are fighting on the ladder. Right? So then now, Drew gets up. Drew pushes the ladder that the Miz was on. What the hell was on my elbow? My fault. Something's on my elbow. So Drew pushes one ladder, pushes the ladder that the Miz was on, pushes that ladder into the ladder that Miz and AJ are on now, pushes that one, and pushes this one into that one, and then the ladder falls, both of them fall. The Miz was able to catch his fall and was still standing. Drew looks at him, boom, Claymore, KO. Drew sets up the ladder, climbs it, remains WWE Champion. Now, again, great match, cool. Great way to start the pay-per-view off. My problem is this. Why did we not have long-term plans for Otis? Why did we not have long-term plans for the Money in the Bank? Why did we not have plans for the Miz once he won Money in the Bank? Because literally, Miz won it, cashed it in, then failed. Like, you had no plans for the Miz to become WWE Champion. I already know you didn't have plans for Otis to become Universal Champion. And honestly, I can see why. Because you can't, if you look at how the Universal Championship pictured out, I can see why. But if you knew what you were doing, why did you do it? You know what I'm saying? If you knew what was going on, why did you allow it to go on? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you just buried, like, literally, Miz cashing in and failing, you buried Otis and Tucker. You buried both of them along with that. Like, you understand? Because Tucker turned heel. Tucker turned on his best friend just so Otis wouldn't have Money in the Bank. And Tucker has yet to benefit from that. So what was the point of turning Tucker? What was the point of that? So that was a waste. You just wasted. I'm moving on. Good match. Drew McIntyre still WWE Champion. That's all I can say. So yeah. Moving on to the next ones. Let's go.